in the morning to nurse my son. There he was dead. But when I had examined him in the morning, indeed he was not my son who I have born. This is not my son. I'm rising in the morning to feed my son, to nurse my son, to breastfeed my son. And I see that my son is dead. And I'm looking at him and realize this is not even my son. So she's like mad, like this ain't even my son. So she's gonna go to the other woman. And she's gonna confront her like, what are you doing with my son in your bosom? How did your son even die? And it had to be a conversation because she knows that she laid on him. She rolled on him. Verse 22. Then the other woman said, now they're talking to King Solomon, no, they both in a disagreement, going back and forth. No, that's not my son. No, he's my son. No, that's not my son. No, but the living one is my son, and the dead one is your son. And the first woman said, no, but the dead one is your son, and the living one is my son. Thus they spoke before the king. Imagine the king. Listen to this back and forth because he wasn't there. No, that's my son. No, this dead one, your son. No, the living one is my son. And they're going back. They're going back and forth, back and forth. But when Solomon used this wisdom, when it's time to say, I'm going to kill him, the mother heart is going to break. Because who mother want her son to be put to death right in front of her own face? Of course, the real mother is going to say, no, don't harm the child. But the one who doesn't care for the child, who didn't give birth to the child, who did not suck the child, who has nothing to do with the child, of course she wants to unallow, cut him in half and split it. Glory to God. Listen to this. Verse 23. And the king said, the one said, this is my son who lives, and your son is dead, the dead one. And the other say, no, but your son is the dead one, and my son is the living one. Then the king said, bring me a sword. I know the mother heart fell to pieces. The pastor said, what is he going to do with a sword? Glory to God. And she's probably standing still, not saying a mumbling word. Okay, what is he going to do with a sword? He asked him for a sword. Bring me a